Please put your hands together, bringing in the Norman Brooks and Daphne Ackhurst trophies. We have Yvonne Goolagong-Cawley, AC, MBE, and Andre Agassi, legends of the sport, Grand Slam champions, Hall of Famers, and great to have them here. Welcome back. Lovely to have you back. What does it mean for you when you look at the Norman Brooks?
It makes me wish that when I won this, they gave me something remotely this size. Mine are so small. No, I mean, it means the world to come back. I'll never be able to forget what Melbourne has meant to me, my career, and my life, really. So it's a thrill to be back, and certainly a thrill to be standing next to this beautiful lady and these beautiful trophies.
It would have to be a very big mantelpiece at your place if they're all going to be that big. 4-time Australian Open champion, Roland Garros, Wimbledon, 2-time US Open, Olympic gold medal in '96, Davis Cup winner, and also the career Golden Slam. So it would have to be a very big mantelpiece at your house if they're all going to be this big. But Australia, I know, holds a special part because it took a while to get you here, didn't it?
It did, and it'd have to be a big mantle, too, if my wife brought home her trophies. So.
Yes.
That's why I don't bring mine home, by the way. It is, you know, it's one of my great sort of regrets on some level, you know. I mean, obviously every part of our history helps us become who we are, so I don't know if regret's the right word, but I do wish I had more experiences here and I didn't miss out on the first sort of 9 years, you know, and that's probably my strongest memory, coming back to Australia after not being here and wondering how it was going to be received. And the arms were open and they embraced me, and I managed to win the first year. As I'll always kind of remember it as my first bald slam, which is kind of funny because I never knew if I would ever win again after I cut my hair off, but I was thrilled that it happened here. Yeah, and the love affair just continued as far as I was concerned. I wouldn't miss it after that.
It was a happy slam for many reasons for you, wasn't it? You and Gil worked so hard on your fitness, and you talked about discovering whether players had an off-season or a pre-season before they got here. The Australian Open is a testing encounter, but a great way to start the year, isn't it?
For me, it always was, and I think it is for most players. You know, I spent a lot of time preparing for this, not just a few weeks leading up. I mean, you think about your entire fall after the U.S. Open on how you want to kind of be ready, you know, and it's really the only slam that you get the opportunity to come here as prepared as you sort of choose to be. You know, you're not just subjected to having to be part of how the year's gone. You can kind of push pause, you can get into training mode. So I always came down here kind of ready to go, and the conditions and the players and the atmosphere demanded that of you to be prepared, and what the crowd expected was a warrior out there, and somehow it tapped into to the best part of me. You know, Lord knows I had a lot of lower moments on the tennis court across my career, but it never seemed to happen here.
You were a warrior out there, no doubt about that, but you also had plenty of flair. Who's taken your eye in the recent crop of players? Who do you really like watching play tennis?
I mean, it's impossible not to love Alcaraz, right? I mean, it's impossible. I got to meet him for the first time yesterday. That was so cool. No, it really was. He's just a sweet spirit, a beautiful, beautiful person, and what a talent, you know, and so dynamic to watch. So I just love watching him, unquestionably. And then looking at what Novak's attempting to accomplish, I mean, 10 already, going for 11, that still matters. You know, I mean, it's like it's crazy to think what this generation has kind of done. And I got a chance to see the center court and kind of how the ball's bouncing and playing, and it looks like pretty good conditions for Medvedev as well. And you know, so you start looking at Sinner with the way he hits the ball. I mean, you got a handful of people that are going to have a say, and that's always fun coming in the home stretch.
All right, time to put it on the line then. Jannik Sinner, can he claim his first slam here? Is Novak going to achieve that magical 11 and that magical number, or are we going to see maybe the Demon sitting at number 10?
Oh, wouldn't that be something? He's been so impressive, Demonauer. He's a lot of fun to watch too, with his athleticism, his movement, and when I watch him, I kind of say, I wish I felt that way just 5 minutes a day. Like that's all. I just want to have that energy 5 minutes a day. But can Jannik Sinner? Of course he can, right? He's incredible. I think there's a lot to be said for those that have held have gotten over the finish line. So I think the challenge would be maybe a little bit more than Novak or Medvedev or Alcaraz, just because they've been there. But yeah, there's no question between those four. I think they're the ones that are probably going to end up deciding it.